Hey guys, it's Bubbly. Welcome back to the channel and to another collab. So you guys, I was very fortunate enough to be asked by the super sweet Chrissie if I wanted to be a part of a collab that she was putting together called the Filling Up Newcrest Collab, and I was like, yes, sign me up. Where do I go? What line do I need to stand in? I'm ready. I was excited. So that is what I have for you today, is this really exciting collab. There's about 15 creators that are a part of this collab. It's a huge collab, and everybody that is involved is so insanely talented. I have seen sneak peeks of pictures of what other people have built, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Newcrest is going to be looking so fly. I can't wait to see all of it come together in one file. It's going to be exciting. So if you are someone who has been looking for lots to place in Newcrest in your game, look no further. You have found the place to be. The Filling Up Newcrest Collab has got your back. So in the description below, I will have a list of all of the creators that were involved in this collab, and you can easily find the builds on the gallery using the hashtag Filling Up Newcrest Collab. That will bring up a list of all of the builds that were part of the collab, so you can pick and choose the ones you want or download them all and put them in your save, and you're good to go. So if you want to download this particular build that I did, I will have a link in the description below for you to grab it if you would like, but it will also be under the hashtag Filling Up Newcrest Collab. So make sure you guys are checking that out. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. You're going to be so excited, and your Sims are going to be living their best life in Newcrest. So what are you waiting for? You know, go hit up that hashtag, you guys. Do it. And make sure you're checking out all of the other creators' channels, their Twitch. All of that information will be down below. We have some streamers, some YouTubers, builders. Well, everybody's a builder, but we have people who are utilizing different platforms. So make sure you're going to check out all of their videos as well. It is going to be well worth your time. So the lot that I chose to build on for this collab is the Rippling Flats lot, and that is a 40 by 30 lot in Newcrest, and it is so pretty. The backdrop of it is the water. It's beautiful. That lot and the lot right next to it are a couple of my favorite places to build in Newcrest. Now you're probably sitting here thinking to yourself, well, Bubbly, I'm looking at, my eyeballs are not seeing that lot on the screen. I know. Just, you know, hear me out. So the house that I chose to use was a house that I had previously started. I built the shell of this house a while back, and then I put it on the back burner, and I never got back to finishing it. So when this collab came about, I thought this house would be perfect for that. So I resurrected it from its resting place, and I finished it so I could place it in Newcrest for this collab. So initially, when I started doing the build for it, I completely forgot to move the house to Newcrest when I started completing the build. So you'll see later on in the video that I do move the house to the correct lot, and there'll be a few changes because the lot that I originally started building it on, I think it was like a 30 by 20, so it was a bit smaller than the Newcrest lot, which is a 40 by 30. So the only changes that occur are in the front yard and the backyard of the house because there's quite a bit more space. So you guys will see once the house gets moved the changes that happen, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Like this is my favorite build that I've done so far. I feel like every build that I do, I'm just growing as a builder, and it's just exciting. And it just really helps when you meet people who are already super talented, and you know, they help you out if you have questions. I mean, I've met so many people who are just so welcoming and so supportive and just willing to help you if you have questions or if you get stuck. Or like Krystal Gamer, she even offered when I was struggling with some roofing. She's like, hey, if you're struggling and I've got time, send me a message and I'll help you out. You know, I'll help you figure it out. So there's so many super sweet people in this community, and I'm so thankful to all of them, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So for this house, let's get to the build, right? I'm rambling enough. So for this house, I didn't want it to be like a huge family home. That's the typical thing that I normally tend to build, are big family homes. I love big family homes with lots of spaces for children, but that's not this house. So this house it's a grand house, but it's not geared towards like a family that has a bunch of kids or anything like that. So the family that I envisioned for this house was an older couple maybe, or a couple who decided they didn't want children, or like grandparents, something like that. So this house is a 2-bedroom home, two bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So, but the spaces in it it's very big. It's not tiny by any means. It's very spacious, and there's plenty of things to do in this house. So when you enter the home, you go through like a mudroom, and then to the right is where the kitchen and the dining room is. So even though this house is only a 2-bedroom home, I did put a large table in here because the family that I imagine that would live in this house would be the house that, you know, all of their adult children and their kids would come back for the holidays or for visits or like Sunday dinner or something like that. So they needed a lot of space for, you know, their families that come to visit. Not that they need it themselves, but they do a lot of entertaining of friends and family, so they need to have larger spaces to accommodate more Sims. So one thing that I love that I put in the dining area is a mirrored wall, which I thought was cute. I really liked how that turned out. It's not something that I've done before. So I really liked how that turned out. I like seeing the reflection of the room in the mirror, so I thought that was pretty cute. And then I really wanted this house to have that like homey lived-in feel, so I tried to put in a bunch of clutter to make it feel like a home. And I think I did pretty good with it. I used some of those cabinets that came with Seasons, which Seasons is one of my favorite packs by far. I love the items that came with it, and of course Seasons as well. So when you move from the kitchen to the left back through the house, you go through the mudroom where the front entrance of the house is, and there I put in some cabinets, and then I raised some of those bench seatings in the cabinets, so it's like a bench seating area that your sim can like sit down on if they're like putting on their shoes or taking off boots or something like that. And then if you walk through the archway to the other side of the house, you pass through the living space, and then there's the garage. So this is where I put the laundry room. There is a flower arranging station in there, and then there's a bunch of like storage items. So I wanted it to be like a space where they keep like their Christmas decorations, you know, all of their holiday decorations. Their laundry is in there. They're definitely not using their garage for their car, since we have no cars in The Sims. But I really liked the idea of this house having an attached garage. So I thought it would be the perfect space for maybe some creative environment to do some creative things, and also your laundry, because y'all know I love laundry in The Sims. If I can get it in a build, I will get it in a build. I wonder if a lot of people love it like I do. I adore it. So and I remembered to put a thermostat in this build. Yay for me. So if you go back through the garage space, that's where the living room is. And I really love how the living room turned out. It's really cute. I used some items from I believe I used the Seasons, was it Seasons? Couches, I believe I used, and then I used those side tables, like the large square ones that have the decoration, like the gray decoration in front. I lined them up so that detail would match up into like an arch, and then I placed a larger television on top of it, and I just really like how that turned out. I really thought that came out pretty cute. And then I used that newer table. I don't know if that table came with Seasons or not. I can't remember. That might have been in a free update. I'm not sure. So in this room, you'll see that I put 2 bookcases on that wall on the left, but then I realized later on in the build that there was no bathroom on the main level of the house. So I do remove one of those bookcases and I put a bathroom behind the garage. So there will be a door there to access the powder room. It's just a toilet and a sink, and I think a storage from Seasons in there as well, because I didn't want Sims to have to go all the way upstairs to use the bath. I just thought that would be kind of silly, you know. Playing in 2-story houses can be annoying, especially if you're someone who records. Like if you create content, then sometimes it gets annoying when Sims are up and down the stairs too much. I don't know, maybe it's just me, it kind of drives me nuts sometimes. So I like to make sure that each floor has everything that a Sims needs, so they're not, traveling, all over creation to go potty. So I also put a little glow bar in the living space, as well as a chess table over there, just to give some activities for your Sims to do. So in the front of the house, I created a grand curved driveway, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was super cute, just to accentuate the fact that this house has a garage. And then I did place one of the toy cars. I scaled it up and then just placed it in the driveway. It almost looks like it's pulling into the house as it's like driving up the driveway. So it's pretty cute. I really am happy with how the front yard of this house turned out, and the backyard too. It just, the whole house, I just really like the whole house, you guys. So on the second level, there are the 2 bedrooms, and they're good sized rooms. You could use them as like a 2 master suite house. One room is a bit larger than the other, but it still works. They both have en-suites, so it's perfect for, a family that has 2 adult couples living in the same house. Maybe it's like a share house where 2 couples came together and say, hey, let's pool our resources and buy this super sweet house in Newcrest. And so they both have their ensuite space. I don't know, they'd have to maybe roll dice to see who gets the larger room. How do you figure that one out? Not really sure, but it's really, I really like how this house came together. So in between the 2 bedrooms is a seating area, and that leads out to like a walkout porch that's on the second level, which has some really beautiful views from the lot that it's in Newcrest. So there's some seating there as well, and there's just a lot of places for your Sims to gather and socialize and, just live life and enjoy life. So I think in this bedroom here, there's only a shower, I believe, or did I put it? Yeah, I just put the shower. There's the shower and the toilet and 1 sink. And then the other bathroom that's in the other bedroom has a tub in it. I thought about not putting a tub at all, but it is nice for your Sims to be able to take a bath. It's not necessary because there's no kids, so you don't have to have the tub, but if your Sims get tense, like when I was playtesting this house, the Sims that I used to playtest it, oh, she was freaking out because of course there was a crazy thunderstorm happening, and for some reason one of the neighbors was in the backyard and she wouldn't leave. She wouldn't come in the house and she wouldn't leave, and she just stood outside in the rain, and she was so miserable. I was like, girl, go home. Go home or come inside. Why are you just standing there? So I don't know, I tried resetting her, but she wouldn't leave. Oh well, we were inside warm and cozy, but the thunder, it's funny how the Sims react to the thunder and lightning. And she freaked out and she got all tense. So I was glad there was a tub to help her with, you know, calming down from being tense. But anyway, back to the builds. So in this bedroom, it's quite a bit larger actually, and I used the more shelving. I love placing shelves in places. I just think it makes a home, it makes things feel more homey when there's shelving on the walls. I kind of don't like when the walls are super bare in a build, but it can get, you know, repetitive if you're just placing the same pictures on the walls. We have a lot of pictures, but I don't know, it seems like we need more. Like we always need more. I'm always wanting more. But I did place this bookcase in the bedroom, which I really love this one. It's great to accent a wall. It's great as a room divider. And then you can place additional clutter items on it. It's a really, really good item to use. And then I also placed the TV that came with City Living, I believe, the smaller wall TV. I did place that in this bedroom, which I normally don't place TVs in a bedroom, but I decided to this time. So there are 2 televisions in this house, one in the main living space and then one in this larger bedroom. There's also a bookshelf in here, and then this cute little seating area that has like the magazine rack that's right next to it. I just thought it was like a cute little homey cozy feel to it. I really liked how that turned out. I obviously really like this house because I keep telling you guys how I really like it. And then I used the fan, plus I'm really loving that fan and the light that came with Seasons. I love how they work well together. So if you guys want to use the fan but you want it to look like it has a light in it, that Seasons ceiling light works perfectly with the fan. If you size it down a bit and then just place them together, they look like it's one object. So it's really cool. I've been doing that quite a bit in my builds. And then in this ensuite, it's a bit smaller. I mean, not smaller, it's a bit larger, but it's shaped a bit different. It's narrow, so it has the 2 sinks in it and then the tub. So now in the backyard, you guys, I really wanted a hot tub, and honestly I've never used a hot tub in a build before. Crazy, right? So I wanted it to have its own enclosure, so I built like a glass house around it, which I thought was a cool idea, and it walks out to the rest of the backyard where there's a giant pool back there. There is some seating by the pool. There's a barbecue out there. There's a raised deck where you have a water feature and another large table for entertaining. So this house has a bit of something for everyone. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast participating in the Filling Up Newcrest Collab. Make sure you're searching that hashtag on the gallery so you are catching all of the builds that were included in this collab, so you can fill up your Newcrest with some really nice lots and have some great places for your Sims to enjoy. Again, I will have the list in the description below of everyone that participated in the collab, so you can go and check out their content as well. And I will also have a link to the download for this build if you'd like to grab it right now. It is in the description below. So if you are new to the channel, so glad you stopped by. Thank you for spending a bit of time with me. If you enjoyed the content, click the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm releasing brand new content. And as always, guys, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Just far away, but I will stay, just take a leap of faith, we'll find a way for you and me, can't look run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. Help me find the right words to say to get us back on our way. Can we try to fight against the grain of throwing out what we made? The future's far away, but I will stay, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. We're picking up where we left off and on again. We never quite could forget, 'cause what we got so intense.